Hey, I'm back in the portal again. You understand me? Um, First off, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash. Yahweh is the true name of the living God of Israel. Yahweh Shai is the true name of his son, who everyone ignorantly called Jesus. And Rakakwadash is the true name of the word in Paleo Hebrew, which is for Holy Spirit. Second and foremost, I want to pay homage to all the elders of Israel who have came before me, and especially the brothers, and also the elders of Great Millstone, who I get this game from. You feel me? Um, Man, this lesson right here, and shout out to my angels, man. You know, for making their presence known. That light that you guys see, such as that right there. Those are my angels. They love when I touch this portal. You're right. Man, because they know the fight. I've been fighting. Just since the end of February. Shout out to them. Man, it's been a serious fight. Spiritually. I have been spiritually battling. Heavy, tough. And that's what I want to get into today. A lot of things led up to this lesson, and Satan did not want this lesson right here to come out at all because man, yesterday I was supposed to do this lesson, and right when I got to the time for me to do it, my water pump went out. Then today, my heater hose, it just split. It just fucking split. But I'm saying all that to get to what the lesson is gonna be about today. And the lesson today is semen retention is a rites of passage, right? Look at my angels, man. They cutting up. They cutting up. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. Yeah, semen retention is a rites of passage. And in today's society, over here, especially in the West, men don't go through necessarily a rites of passage. And that's really the main problem on why a lot of us are suffering in this country over here in the United States of America. A lot of us haven't officially went through the rites of passage, and some of us right now are currently going through it, willingly and unwillingly. Okay. And sometimes when you going through bullshit in your life as a man, at times it be hard for you to understand because by the rites of passage is not it's not advertised over here for us to do. God himself be putting us through a rites of passage. Now when you get into the rites of passage, it's three levels. You got the separation process, then you have the initiation, right? The and transformation process, and then you have the return process, right? The separation process is about you separating yourself from your family. You're leaving, you leaving mama, you leaving everybody, and then you go through the initiation transformation process. That's you going through all the bullshit, the hell week or hell months or hell years, and transform it into a man. Okay. And then once you have acquired the level of manhood that fits you well, then you go back into society. You go back to your family, and everybody treat you with respect then because you have officially passed the test for you to be a man. Okay. And that's in ancient cultures, especially with us as Israelites, African Americans, Latinos, Native Americans, Puerto Ricans, Guatemalans, Cubans, Haitians and Jamaicans, Venezuelans. In our ancient culture, it was mandatory for us to go through a rites of passage. In certain cultures today in the East, it's required for them as men to go through the rites of passage. But by us being over here in America, and we live in a matriarchy, which is a society that's purely ran by women, right, or catered or benefited for women, that isn't advertised to us. So God, if he has favor upon you, he will send you on that mission. So a lot of you guys probably left home, don't know why you left home. And then when you left home, you've been going through bullshit, don't know why you going through bullshit. It was all to make you stronger. It was all to make you and turn you and transform you into a man. because God don't deal with effeminates. He don't deal with men or males who have an effeminate nature. He don't deal with them at all. If you want to go face God, you have to have a manly nature. But in order for you to have that manly nature, you don't have to go through some shit, right? You don't have to go through some shit. You feel me? And eventually what happens to you during the transformation process, you begin to learn to feed the spirit more than you feed the flesh. That's the quicker you can get that, the quicker you can make it through your transformation process. And various different times of your life, you're gonna have to go through the rites of passage. And I'm currently going through my rites of passage. And it's been fucking trying. It's been hell, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I just the Lord just put it on my spirit, like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and, get you. I'm gonna hit you right. And what brought me to this point, I ran across my brother Bruce. Shout out to Bruce Michael Williams, man. If y'all don't know who Bruce Michael Williams is, please get on YouTube and go check his music out. Great artist. But Bruce Michael Williams, man. Bruce. I happened to bump into Bruce the other night. At the store, man, and it's crazy because when I met Bruce, I didn't meet Bruce in Dallas. I met Bruce in Louisiana. And me and Bruce both, I think we were chosen to, at the same time, to go through the rites of passage. And this can take years. You know what I'm saying? This can take years. And I ended up leaving. I ended up coming to Dallas. And let me say this, man. Me and Bruce, we bonded spiritually. But it was really the music that allowed us to bond. And man, me and Bruce we got some stories. We have some spiritual stories, you feel me? Shout out, even the angels gotta agree. I know Bruce looking at this like, boy, you tapped in, you heard me? Yeah, but I seen Bruce, man, and it was like, damn, me and Bruce, even though we in Dallas, we don't talk like that, or we don't be around each other like that, but for some reason, me and this dude are going through similar situations all the fucking time. It is crazy. That's because I don't know if he's aware of it, but he's also going through the rites of passage. And there's a couple of more brothers that I have bumped into that also are going through the rites of passage. And maybe I'm glad that I'm coming to grips with it, and I can probably help them to understand, like, hey, you going through the rites of passage, right? And that's why the bullshit is happening at all times. But yeah, man, me and Bruce bumped into each other on the road. But the crazy thing is, when I seen Bruce, I didn't say Bruce. And now it's not like this is my first time seeing Bruce in Dallas. Like I've bumped into Bruce numerous of times out here. Numerous of times. Me and Bruce got music that we gotta really just do. But by us both going through the rites of passage, that has its time. We gotta first learn what it is. So that's what I'm getting into. So when I seen Bruce, I didn't say, Bruce, what up? I said, be long. Now, why is that so significant? And when I pulled off, right, and I called him, he say, man, call me, bro, call me. So I called him, and we didn't even chop it up that long. It wasn't even meant for us to talk. It was meant for me to do that. So when I'm driving, making my delivery, the Lord, he speaks, and we run it, right? So he hit me. He was like, my angels are in here deep. They are in here deep today. They like, boy, we been waiting on you. You had to go through the bullshit that you've been going through for you to get to this point. We love you. We love you. I love y'all too. You feel me? Yeah. So I'm riding, and I say, dang God, I'm like, man, I seen my brother. You feel me? And it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, you wanted me to see him. So the Lord hit me. He was like, did you notice what you called him? And I was like, nah. I was like, what? He was like, you called him be long. I was like, okay. He was like, nah, you called him be long. I was like, whoa. I was like, you right. So he was like, pay attention to his name, be long. And I was like, okay, we belong here. I was like, but it's deeper than that. I was like, that's a deep meaning, but I want to go deeper. It's deeper than that. I was like, what are you saying? He say, when you met B Long, not Bruce, but when you met B Long, you was a boy in your mind. You know, I'm talking today. You was still a boy in your mind. And that boy, when you seen him, he came out. And I was like, damn. He say, that's what I've been trying to kill inside of you this whole time. He say, all the shit that you've been going through, I've been killing that boy nature. I say, damn. I say, okay. And it was another, before I bumped into Bruce that day, I running with my brother, Mr. AJ, and I told y'all we have intellectual conversations, and a lot of things been leading up to this, because after my relapse, this last relapse, it's like I jumped back on semen retention. Really, I had to. It's like you get to a point where you're like, I can't keep entertaining the bullshit, right? And you know, I as I'm riding, you know, before I even got to I know I'm jumping around, but let me first hit Mr. AJ point. Me and Mr. AJ was discussing about feeding the spirit more than you feed the flesh. And I'm like, okay, I say this gonna lead to somewhere. And then when I seen Bruce, and later on that night, I'm steady riding, you know, and I'm doing what I'm doing and making my deliveries and stuff, and the Lord, like, you know, yeah, I'm trying to do something. He was like, but you don't understand. He was like, you running, and he was like, do you know what you're running from? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I'm like, I am running. I can't feel like I feel within myself that I am running. I'm like, but I gotta be honest. I don't even know what the fuck I'm running from. I don't know, you know. And when my boat, what happened with this last relapse, my boat broke off inside of my motor. My belt tensioner boat broke inside of my motor. That's what scared the fuck out of me. That's why when I did that video about about shit, it was not the latest video, but it was the one before that when I was talking about Jeroboam. I was scared as fuck because and by this time here, I'm like a month and some change back on SR. So the energy is up, but it's steady climbing, right? But I was scared as fuck because I knew why that happened. I knew it was because I had relapsed, and kept relapsing. I got one thing about me, you know, and most of you guys that's doing semen retention, y'all might be the same way. Man, look, when you get that nut off, you go on a binge. You feel me? And that's what happened. I went on a binge from December all the way to motherfucking towards the end of, I went on a fucking binge. And towards like the end of February, that's when it caught up. That's when my vibration had reached that low level that a lot of us guys go through, and that shit catch your ass. Yeah, them spiritual ass whoopings catch you. So I'm thinking I got a spiritual umbrella, right? Because I already had bought the belt tensioner. I had it in the trunk. Belt tensioner was not, at that point, it was no good because the bolt for the belt tensioner had broke inside of my motor. So for about 3 weeks, I couldn't move. I couldn't move at all. Me and Mr. AJ tried to get the boat out and everything. Nothing worked. Nothing worked. At that point, around my second week, of course, I'm back on semen retention. Around that second week, things started to lighten up on me a little bit. Talked to my uncle. He was like, man, just bypass it. Get a smaller building, bypass it, which worked. Shout out to Uncle Carl Ray. And when we tried to bypass it, the first 3 times the belt popped. Boom, boom, boom. 4th time, it took forever for me to try to find that same belt. When I did find that belt to go and put it on, the belt slipped off like 2 times. I went to guard. I said, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. I said, I need you to put this belt on for me. I got tears in my eyes right now because it's a real story. I say, I need you to put this belt on for me, Lord. I say, I can't. I'm stuck. I don't know what else to do. So I got out the car. The Spirit hit me. Don't start the car. Get out the car. I got out the car. Mr. AJ was underneath the hood. I looked at him. He looked at me. It's like a light bulb went off in both of our minds. We looked at each other. We was like, and we both said it at the same time in sync. Let's take the alternator all the way off. Put the belt on. Put the alternator back on. It worked. All praises due to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah for that. But from that point, I've been scared as a motherfucker. You feel me? I've been scared. And I understand that, you know, I have been being spiritually attacked. Water pump went out yesterday. Look, the angels agreeing like, yeah, he's been spiritually attacked. But it's all for the good, because when you go read Job 1:1, right? Job was being spiritually attacked, but it was the Most High that was doing it. The Most High had allowed Satan. He made a bet with Satan, you know, because everybody look at Satan as this, you know, bad motherfucker because he's designed to do that shit. But he's only doing orders. He's only following orders of the Most High. So when your name get called in the heavens and that bullshit go to raining on you, you know, it's the Most High. He trying to check your temperature. He trying to check your spiritual temperature and see where your faith at. So he allow you to get spiritually attacked. And that's what happened. And that's what's been happening. And that's why he didn't want this video to be out, because he like, this nigga here, Taz is just, he's a soldier. You feel me? Yeah, so, and I'm scared because I know once I make this video, ain't no telling what the fuck else might fucking pop off in this fucking life of mine. But this is what going through the rites of passage is all about. Is transforming you into manhood. Cause you gotta be hard, right? You gotta be hard. And God don't deal with effeminates. You gotta be hard when you go talk to God. And like I say, when I seen Bruce, that Be Long came out, and I was like, damn. And he hit me like, that's the boy you, right? And even when my car was going through that, I told Mr. AJ, I was like, man, fuck that. I'm about to, man, I can't, I'm about to send the car over the scale, and I'm going back home with the money I got. The boy me. The boy me. See, a man, right? When you going into that, well, first let me say this. I was running, and I've been running. But the thing is, with God, you can run all day long, but you only gonna run into his purpose. Bars. Yeah, I'm talking today. And when I'm riding, he hit me. He like, hey, you running, but can you figure out what you've been running from? And I'm like, well, God, it ain't true, because I'm running with you every day. I'm like, it's not my life, because I'm stuck in this. As long as I'm inside of this flesh, I'm stuck in it. So I can't be running from my life. Can't be the ministry, because I've been making video. I was like, I don't fucking know. I mean, everything that a person probably would tell me that I'm running from, I can't be really running from at this time. I'm like, I don't know, God. I'm stuck. I don't know what I'm running from. And he was like, yeah. He say, think about what I'm telling you. You call Bruce Be Long. I'm killing the boy inside of you. So what's the next level of a boy? And I was like, a man. He say, right. He said, you've been running from manhood. And it happens. It happens. That's why we need semen retention. That's why you have to leave your family. You know, and the military do this. The military for 13 weeks put men through the rites of passage. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, it's necessary. You gotta go through it. David had to go through it. When David was in the wilderness and he killed the lion, he killed the bear, that was God putting him through the rites of passage. So by the time he made it to Goliath, he had no fear in him. He had no fear in him. He was in full man mode. When you had men that were males that was up in age that people would consider as a man, they never had took the rites of passage. God never had chose them to go through the rites of passage. So they were still boys in their mind. I'm talking today. I'm talking today. It's a lot of males that surround us, even though that we might consider them as grown, they're still boys in their mind. Because they haven't really been through the rites of passage. And it's not easy. I'm the first to admit to you guys, it's not easy going through it. Anybody that went through the military, 13 weeks, it's not easy. Boot camp is not easy. You got to be a special motherfucker to go through that. Shout out to my boy Pome, man. Pome. Y'all go check his music out. Yeah, man. He was in the military. Broke down to me, man. Look, bro, there's no sex, no drinking, no smoking, none of that, bro. None of that. If they catch you doing anything, yeah, bro, they gonna make your life a living fucking hell. Ain't none of that. You know, and that's the rites of passage. You know what I'm saying? But you need that in your life. You need that discipline in your life. Because God don't deal with effeminates. He don't deal with males that have an effeminate nature. And we're gonna get some scripts out of here. We're gonna go to 2 Timothy 1. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start. This is 2 Timothy 1st chapter, verse 7. It says, "For God have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." See, that's what you gain. That's what David gained when he was in that wilderness. See, when David was in that wilderness, see, the thing about David was when he went in the wilderness, he really wasn't on that vibe like he was about to kill a bear or he was about to kill a lion. He didn't know that. And a lot of us don't know the shit that go on in our lives when we going through the rites of passage. We don't know shit about to happen with our car. We don't know that the bitch that we saying that we love so much and so dearly that this bitch about to leave. That God about to put a spirit on her to go on about her business. We don't be knowing that shit. We don't know if you dealing with multiple hoes. We don't know that them hoes about to drop you like a motherfucking, like a bad habit. Right? We don't be knowing these things. And when it happened, we don't know that the job that we've been working at, that bitch about to lay us off. And when those things happen, we be like, what the fuck is going, because it happens like, it just happens just back to back to back to back. And we be like, what the fuck? Who the fuck have I offended? No one. Well, yes, you have. You offended yourself. And it's basically God like, hey, okay, your number done got pulled. Your name is in the heavens being spoken out. It's time for you to go through the rites of passage. And you got to go through it. You got to go through it. There's no way around it. You have to go through it. At one point, like I say, it was mandatory for us to go through it. Now that we live in a matriarchal society, God is doing it through the Spirit. Yeah, I'm talking today. Yeah, you done lost your mama. You done lost your daddy. Yeah, you done lost all your people. Right? You don't know why. Because God killing that boy nature inside of you. Let's get another one. Let's get another one. Another script. This a deep one right here, y'all. This a deep one right here, man. And I don't be knowing who be listening to me, but whoever listen to me, it be meant for y'all. And shout out to y'all. Kudos to y'all, man. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verses 13 through 14. It say, "Watch ye, stand fast in the faith. Quit you like men. Be strong. Let all your things be done with charity." Right? And that's self-explanatory. Stand fast in the faith. Don't quit. Right? Be like men and be strong. See, God, every time you go in there, God always talking about being strong, being a man, being strong, being able to stand on your own. You know what I'm saying? God bless the child that has his own. God, this is what God, because he don't deal with effeminates. He know hard times make the best out you. You know what I'm saying? It builds you up. Let's go to Proverbs 25. Right? Because God ain't dealing with no weak ass men. He not dealing with weak ass males. Let me say that, because men ain't weak. Males are. You know what I'm saying? boys are, right? Let's get it. This is Proverbs. Well, I went straight to Job, and I wanted to get Job anyway, so I guess the spirit like, go hit that Job first. Go hit that Job first, Herb. This is Job. I went straight to it, man. This is Job 38 and 3. It say, gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. And what happened was, when this is beautiful. I'm about to break this section down. When God is telling Job this, right, in Job 38 and 3, if you read the rest of it, the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, is asking questions to Job. Because Job, it got so unbearable for Job, where Job was like, man, what the fuck is going on? Just like majority of us do. And he went to questioning God. So when he questioned God, God was like, hold up, first of all, Job, first the fucking of all, don't come to me with that bullshit ass, weak ass nature. First of all, guard yourself up as a man before you come fucking talking to me. So now that you in my face, right, you think it's so unbearable, I want you to answer every last one of these questions. And if you can't answer none of these questions, submit yourself to me. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Job was going through the rites of passage. Job 38 Job 38 and 40 is a it's deep. Man, it's deep. God on Job, he was on Job, Nick, on Job 38 and 40, man. You just gotta go read it. Just go read, and 41, go read it. And after that, after he hit Job with all that, he was like, all right, since I done blessed you with the game and you couldn't answer none of these questions, right? Right? Now that you know that your mind is not stronger than mine, now that you know I've been doing what I've been doing, right? Because you've been asking questions like, why you doing this to me? Now that you know that I've been doing it to you, to build you up in the spirit, to build you up as a man, now I'm about to bless you tenfold. You passed the test. And that's what we be waiting for. Just like my brother Pome, P-O-M-E. Go check his music out. When he told me, he say, man, none of the drill instructors and none of that fuck with us. But as soon as we graduated, it's like all that shit they did to us, it's like none of that shit existed. They saluted us and everything. The rites of passage. Let's go to because the spirit led me to Job. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 16. 1 Corinthians chapter, I just passed it up. 1 Corinthians chapter 16, right? Because, man, the rites of passage is something serious, bro. I'm the first to admit it. I know this shit real. I think I got 1 Corinthians 16. I did. Where I'm going to go? Where am I trying to go? Joshua. That's where I'm trying to go. Joshua. Because Joshua is going to correlate to 1 Corinthians. That's why I was going there. Okay, Joshua right here. Joshua 1 and 9. Right? It says, have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. And that's what you tend to learn on this journey of semen retention and when you going through your rites of passage. Right? All the bullshit that you going through, the Most High God be right there with you. It's just like the drill instructor, right? The drill instructor be right there with you, but you got to go through the bullshit. You got to go through it, right? And that's how the Most High God is. You know, he put us through the bullshit, and he be right there the whole time watching us, but we got to go through it. We got to go through it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And Satan is a drill instructor. You feel me? Satan is a drill instructor. That nigga will bring havoc in your motherfucking life. You understand me? And for the females, you guys also go through a rites of passage. You know what I'm saying? My channel is for men. But females, y'all go through it too. Yeah, you go through a rites of passage too. And y'all be a little harder because this society caters to y'all. Y'all benefit from this society. You know, but it's more important for the man to go through it because we gotta we are the leaders. You know, we have to be strong. And if God sees something in you, he'll do that. You know, he'll send you on your rights to pay. And it won't be, you're not just gonna go through it one time. This is monumental aspects of your life. And it's all to build you up in the spirit, in faith, and to build you up into a man. You feel me? Man, my angels are with me so strong on this one right here. But yeah, man, I want to get another one first. Look, I went straight to it. That's crazy. I went straight to it. This is First Kings. Man, I am in the spirit right now. This is First Kings chapter 2 and 12. It says, and the days that David reigned over Israel were 40. I apologize for that. My bad. My phone had to agree, I guess. It's saying in the days that David reigned over Israel were 40 years. 7 years reigned in Hebron. And 30 years reigned he in Jerusalem. Then sat Solomon upon the throne of David his father, and his kingdom was established greatly. But that's not the part I wanted to get. I wanted to get the part where David told Solomon, man, guard yourself as a man. You about to take over my throne. That's what I wanted to get. Oh, here you go. It's number 1. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon, his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. And keep the charge of the Lord thy God to walk in his ways and to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself. That's what I wanted to get. And that's what David knew. David knew he was telling Solomon, he was giving Solomon game, like, look, I'm about to die. I ain't gonna be with you no more. So you need to man up. And if you really want to man up, you need to follow what the Lord say. You need to follow this game. As long as you're doing that, Solomon, you ain't gonna have no problems out here. And Solomon didn't. Solomon reigned. He reigned harder than most kings that was really then they're harder than his father. But he fell off. He betrayed the game. He left the game. And